Hello, television family. Good to see you. It is Friday, 8th day of November, 2024. I am Dan Kuntz. You know, Fridays around here, it's the only five-star show that we guarantee you. Here for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, you know what we do by now. Mondays, we're here, we work, we don't work real hard. Tuesdays are, well, like Mondays. Wednesday, we kind of lean forward a little bit, put a little more concerted effort into a quality program. Thursday, we kind of get our act together. Then Friday, it's a five-star show. And we'll give you a five-star show. It's a little chilly. It's 32 degrees. There's been a change in the weather forecast from the time we visited yesterday. There's still a couple of systems out there. A weak one followed by a stronger one, but they're going to take their time getting here. They're not quite packing the punch that was originally anticipated. Now, we're going to have a lot of clouds this weekend, but as far as the rain totals and the rain amount, they're backing off on that. Also for the snow totals, the snow level is going to be a little bit higher than past levels. So things are a little different from the last time we talked. The one consistent this weekend is going to be the clouds. Today is going to be the last day of bountiful sunshine for our viewing area. Forecast details are coming up. Basically, it's going to be a little bit drier than they anticipated. So we'll have all of that. We'll have a lot of news. A lot of it is crime related, but you know, that's what it is. News comes up in sports. Congratulations to the Wenatchee Panther girls soccer team, district champions for the third consecutive year. They're on their way to state. It was a chilly night to leave off the field at the Apple Bowl, but our cameras were there. We'll have highlights. Panthers have punched their ticket to state. Not so much for the Eastmont Wildcats. They fell to Eisenhower. We have a bunch of sports to talk about when we get to the sports segment of the program. And in the interview segment of the program, Alan Walker, our good friend, everybody's good friend. He does good work. Not only him, but everybody at the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. Their annual Empty Bowls campaign gets underway. There'll be 3 or maybe even 4 chances for you to paint your own bowl, all of it, raising money for the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. The first Empty Bowls event will be at the local Events Center at the Pybus Pup Market 1 week from Sunday. Alan will be my guest in the back half of the program, and Mike Magnotti has an opinion too. But don't change the channel. Yeah, let's do it. Let's start with our tour around the valley on this rather beautiful Friday morning. You can see just a few high clouds. Again, we're still under the influence of that ridge of high pressure. It's still there. It will eventually move off to the east. It is flat, which means the high clouds can float in over the top. And that's what we had really yesterday, a few high clouds. But again, pretty dry and pretty quiet through basically now Saturday afternoon. It was supposed to really cloud up and give us a good chance of rain overnight tonight. Again, these systems have not only weakened, but they've also slowed down on their way to north central Washington. Good morning to the Wenatchee Valley from our Heights camera. Billy Goat is always a popular camera, and for good reason. Look at that. Good morning to the Upper Valley. Omak, you're at 28 degrees right now. The cold spot is Ellensburg at 25. Ephrata, you're at 30. Moses Lake, 27 degrees. In Palisades, it is 29. That is in suburban Palisades, I might add. Downtown Palisades, you're at 30 degrees. Lake Wenatchee camera, this is so cool. This is just spectacular. Look at that. I mean, the sun is up. It is kissing the very summit of Dirty Face and the mountains behind the White River Valley, but you can't see the lake at all. And you know why. The low clouds and the fog hover over the lake. The temperature of the water is considerably warmer than the temperature of the air above it. That's what you get. It will burn off eventually. It may take a while, though. It's a lot thicker and a lot denser than it was yesterday at this time, but then again, so am I. And finally, the Wahatus camera, probably pretty clear down there, and it is. Again, the high clouds, a little hazy down there in the Wahatus camera down by Royal City, but outside of that, lots and lots of miles and miles and miles down southeast of us. Okay, mountain passes. If you're heading into the Cascades, things have changed. Here's your deal. We're going to specifically spotlight Stevens Pass because that's the one closest to us, and that's the one that most people around here will take. It'll be a rain-snow mix tomorrow. It'll start out as a little bit of snow. It'll switch over to rain. Again, the snow level is going to be up there quite a bit. So Stevens doesn't look too bad on Saturday and Sunday. Really not a lot to worry about. There is some snow in the forecast, a little bit on Monday, and then some snow on Tuesday. The heaviest snowfall right now for Stevens looks to be Wednesday. They were thinking they were going to get a lot of snow on Stevens Pass. Now they're saying not so much at all, and I don't think Blewett or I-90 is going to get any snow at all, quite frankly. So again, not as bad as the passes are concerned. Snow levels is going to start out at about 5,000 feet. The snow level by Sunday morning will be about 4,500 feet, so it's going to be above pass level until we get to Monday and then again on Wednesday. So heads up there. From the National Weather Service, here we go. Sunshine today. We do have a slight chance of rain late in the day as this weak system kind of meanders in. Outside of that, sunshine, and we'll take it with a high of 48. For the record, yesterday we topped off at 50. Our normal high is 48, so we're going to be hovering right around normal, maybe a little above normal for our afternoon highs through the forecast period. 30% chance of rain tonight. It'll cloud up in the overnight hours, 36 again for the overnight low. Saturday, clouds all day, but only a 30% chance of rain. It's slightly warmer, so we'll top off at 52. Saturday night, chance of rain remains at about 30%. Under cloudy skies, we'll get down to 37. Sunday was supposed to be really wet. Now they're saying maybe not so much. We could even see a sunbreak or two on Sunday. Probably clouds for the most part, but you know, a few sunbreaks. We'll take that high of 51. Pretty mild for the overnight low Sunday night with a high of about 40, but it's also an increasing chance of rain. Veterans Day was supposed to be really wet. Now it's going to be hit and miss showers. A 50% chance of rain on Monday for the holiday. Lots of clouds, high of 54. Chance of rain hovers right around 50%. On Monday night, about a 40% chance of rain on Tuesday, about a 50% chance of rain on Tuesday night, about a 50% chance of rain on Wednesday. I'm detecting a pattern here. I think the National Weather Service is hedging their bets just a little bit. So we're going to go for a pretty cloudy period right through the middle part of next week. Hit and miss showers, but not nearly as much rain and not nearly as often as was originally predicted earlier in the week. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, what's making headlines? Well, that's what we'll do when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCWLIFE app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCWLIFE app now.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
It's true. Health Alliance and Assurance Northwest Medicare Advantage plans are terminating coverage, and they will no longer be available for you beginning January 1st, 2025. So you have two big options. One, join one of the two new Medicare Advantage plans, WellCare or Humana. Or number two is go back to original Medicare and join a supplement and a Part D drug plan. But there's so much more to discuss here, so here are some suggestions to get you started. Go to our website or call your local Springwater Insurance office for more information.
Very pleasant sunrise is underway, 32 degrees. We'll see quite a bit of sunshine with a few high clouds floating in and out throughout the course of the day. Upper 40s, clouds will be thickening up tonight. A continuing cloudy period for about the next 5 days starting on Saturday with hit and miss showers into the early part of next week. It's 9 minutes after the hour. The young man who shot and killed East Wenatchee teenager Tony Figueroa in a gang-related confrontation last year was sentenced Wednesday to 14 years in prison. Jairo Israel Enciso pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in Tony's murder, as well as his part in an assault committed against another inmate while he was held in the Chelan County Jail. Tony Figueroa was just 15 when he confronted Enciso at a Wenatchee Quinceañera party back in August of last year. Enciso, who was 17 years old at the time, produced a handgun, fired 6 shots, killing Tony He fled and was later arrested in his hometown of Toppenish. At the time of the shooting, Enciso had recently lost 2 brothers of his own to gun violence. In court on Wednesday, Tony's family confronted the boy's killer as well as their own grief.
My own kids grew up with Tony more like an older brother than a cousin. So having that conversation and having to explain to them that they'd never be able to hug him again was the worst moment of my life.
He was my first boy, my second born. We were a blended family of 7. Tony started sports since he was 6 up until he was 14. He did wrestling, soccer, football, and boxing, but he preferred football and soccer over anything. Seeing my son laying down, covered in a white sheet is not something that any mother should ever see.
Why go inflict that pain on another mother, knowing that your mother is going through the same thing, not with just 1, but 2. It is cowardly of you, and you had to put 6 in my brother. I hope God finds you. I hope you look for him, because honestly, just by looking at you, you look lost. You don't know it hurt. Like you don't know how to deal with yourself.
Very strange story. Check this out. Police say a man broke into the vehicle of an off-duty Chelan County Sheriff's deputy and took it for a joyride before walking away with pieces of the officer's uniform and a department-issued handgun. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says 35-year-old Francisco Medina Rangel prowled several vehicles and broke into buildings early Wednesday in Beebe Bridge Park, including the Chelan deputy's car. When the deputy caught up to him, Rangel was allegedly wearing Sheriff's Department clothing and carrying the firearm. Investigators with Douglas County say he, aside from breaking into the patrol car, he also drove away with it, crossed the Beebe Bridge into Chelan County, and then turned around and drove back across the bridge and returned to the park. Rangel was booked on suspicion of vehicle theft, burglary, theft, and unlawful firearm possession, plus related counts. He was already sought in a warrant for missing a court date on a previous charge of impersonating a police officer. A simulated bus crash safety exercise is going to be put on by the Wenatchee School District, local health care, and law enforcement agencies. It's scheduled for 1 week from today, next Friday, in and around the Columbia Elementary School area. The exercise will involve a bus crash incident with fictional child and adult patients played by volunteers who have been assigned simulated injuries. The fictional patients will have cards that indicate their condition and status. Some will have makeup applied to show the injury. After being triaged at the scene, volunteer patients will be transferred to Confluence Health facilities for medical staff so they can practice treating and managing an influx of wounded patients. So heads up, public, you will see an increased first responder and law enforcement presence next Friday. So the participating organizations want everybody to know it's a simulation. Don't call 911. Don't be concerned. They're just practicing. The Eastmont School District's Educational Programs and Operations levy is passing. 55.44%, that's according to the Douglas County election results. Levies are different from school bonds. Levies help fund paraeducators, maintenance staff, and extracurricular activities like athletics, music, and student clubs. According to the district, the levy comprises 15% of Eastmont's total budget, and it funds 239 jobs that are not funded by the state. Back in July, the Eastmont School Board approved a levy increase to $1.93 per 1,000 of assessed value, which would allow most current programs to continue but would require some reductions to student programs. The current levy is set to expire in December of next year. Speaking of elections, the latest ballot counts show Brad Hawkins, Alan Blackman, and Randy Smith all leading pretty big in their races. The vote totals more than 60% now for all three of those candidates in Chelan County. Brad Hawkins' lead over developer Flint Hartwig is now 64.84. That is his vote total after the second round of ballot counts were released Wednesday. by the Chelan County Auditor. District Court Judge Alan Blackman easily winning election in his own right. He has 60.75% of the vote over his opponent, Wenatchee attorney Jay Eyestone, and incumbent PUD Commissioner Randy Smith is winning and winning big. He has 63.25% of the vote over his opponent. That would be Shaston resident Steve Keene. There are still an estimated 1,200 ballots left to be counted. Those numbers will be released by the Chelan County Auditor's Office at 4 o'clock this afternoon. In Douglas County, they still have 9,000 more ballots. They're counting those. Those numbers will be released at 10 o'clock this morning. And people getting rid of their Halloween pumpkins, well, you're able to contribute to the composting program at Wenatchee High School. They did that on Wednesday. Earth Club president at Wenatchee High School senior Eva Philippi collected pumpkins after school for just $1 to raise money for the program. We spoke with Philippi to learn a little more about the fundraiser.
Composting is a way to dispose of food waste that allows for the food to decompose in a way that it would naturally do in nature, and then it reduces methane emissions from landfills and allows for the food to be recycled as dirt in farms. I'm the president of Earth Club, and I'm putting it on to try to raise money for our composting program and recycling at the high school. So we're trying to raise money to buy bins and bags and other things. So we have 8 bins right now, and 2 of them are in the kitchen, so 10 bins in total. And we're just in the cafeteria right now, but we're hoping to expand to more of the school. I've just decided to make it my project because I really care about the environment, and I think food waste is a really important thing to focus on. And I noticed that our school was not doing a lot of things that we could be to be more sustainable.
Good for them. Get them going young. That's the news on this Friday. One more newscast before we get a weekend, and who's kidding who? It was a long week. Everybody in the newsroom deserves a 2-day weekend, and by golly, we're going to have one. But before we do, we have one more day of work to do. Check out the news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 5, 6, and 10. That's the television air times. We know that doesn't work for a lot of people's schedules. Hey, we got it figured out. Thanks to the World Wide Web, you can watch the news whenever the heck you want to, starting right around 5 o'clock. Monday through Friday, our newscast will be up and running on our homepage, NCWLIFE.com. You can go to our Facebook page and watch the evening news. You can go to our YouTube page and watch the evening news. Whatever it takes, being an informed viewer we think is important. And if there's something out there you think might be newsworthy, don't hesitate. Get a hold of us. Best way to do it is send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. The sports weekend is a big one. I'll tell you all about it in a couple of minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Central Washington Water is your hot spring spa dealer for over 45 years. Shop their showroom and see the new Freshwater Smart IQ. This is a new innovative approach to super simple water care combined with the freshwater salt system to give you clean, balanced spa water naturally. There's a hot tub for every budget. Save up to $1,000 on hot spring spas or buy plug-and-play spas starting at $79 per month. Why shop anywhere else? Central Washington Water. They service what they sell.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
20 minutes after the hour, the Seattle Kraken are hoping to snap a 4-game losing streak. They had a bad road trip. Well, maybe sleeping in their own bed will help. They have the first of 6 straight home games tonight. The Vegas Golden Knights, who are tied for first in the Pacific Division, they'll lace it up against Seattle at 7 tonight. The game will be on both King and Kong. I wonder if Fay Ray will be there. The Seattle Seahawks, they have the weekend off, of course, but the rest of the NFC West is in action this weekend. The 49ers play Sunday morning. They'll be in Tampa Bay against the Buccaneers. That's a 10 a.m. kickoff there. Arizona has the New York Jets in the desert at 1:25. The Rams will host the Monday night tilt against the Dolphins at 5:15 to wrap up the weekend. College football, Washington Huskies take on Penn State tomorrow night. It's their annual whiteout game in State College. Now, the game is only available to watch on Peacock, which is fine by me because I got Peacock. It's a 5 o'clock kickoff. Cougars have yet another night game with Utah State. Have they even played a day game this year? Anyway, Cougars and Utah State in Pullman, 7:30 on the CW network. Eastern will travel to Greeley, Colorado to take on Northern Colorado. That's tomorrow morning. Central welcomes Sul Ross State to Ellensburg tomorrow night. 2 high school football games played last night. They're wrapping up the regular season. Playoffs begin, and right around the corner, Soap Lake just mauled Bridgeport 70-14. Orville got by Moses Lake Christian 44-33, and Waterville Mansfield will be in Antioch tonight at 7 o'clock. Wear long underwear. All right, for the other leagues and the other divisions, it is playoff time. You win, you keep going, you lose, you're done. Hoping to go to the round of 16, Brewster, they welcome Clayton. That's this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Liberty Bell has Riverview coming to town at 4 o'clock. Manson will be at Columbia Burbank. That's at 6 o'clock tonight. Warden at Okanagan at 7 o'clock. And Lake Roosevelt wraps up the weekend at Goldendale tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And again, this is the round of 32. In 1A, Granite Falls and Cashmere tonight. Again, long underwear, not a bad idea. 7 o'clock kickoff there. Connell travels to Omak at 7 o'clock. Chelan has a tough haul. They got to travel all the way to Camas and take on a very good Seton Catholic team. That is tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Again, it's the round of 32. If you win, you keep playing. If you lose, you don't. Just the one 2A team in our area made the state playoffs, and that is Othello. They will host Rogers of Spokane in their home field tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. For the big schools, Eastmont and Moses Lake. Eastmont is on the road. They'll be in Meade tonight at 6 o'clock in the first round of the state playoffs. The Kamiakin Braves come to town to take on Moses Lake at Lions Field. That is tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. And 2 games that just wrap up the season. Ridgeline will be at Wenatchee tonight at 6 o'clock. Those are your early kickoffs. And Ellensburg and Ephrata wrap up their prep football campaign. They'll do battle with each other out in the basin at 6 o'clock tonight. Well, the Wenatchee Panthers soccer team won their 3rd consecutive District 5 championship last night. They outlasted West Valley 2-1 on a chilly night at Lee Bofta Field of the Apple Bowl. Mia Brownlee and Logan Gross-Didier found the back of the net for the Panthers. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen had the call right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Second corner kick. The shot. Blocked away. Still in the mix. A second try. They're still trying to dump it in, and they do! And the Panthers get on the board. 21:49 left in this first half of play.
I believe that was Matt Brownlee.
It looks like it was Brownlee. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm thinking so. Yeah. Here's the
straight up the middle, selling past 1, selling past 2, entering the box. The shot. Goal! 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 It looked like it was Logan Gross-Didier, Matt Wisen, but it was a beauty no matter who took that shot.
Looking for that replay of that number right now.
Come on, 2-0. A quick run down the middle. The shot. Oh my goodness! And that one sails in. That one sails in. You called it, Matt Wisen. You absolutely called it. That this icy turf may play some tricks on the goalkeepers, and Miss Burgess is living proof of that.
It was nerve-wracking, but the Panthers pulled it off. Across the river, the Eastmont Wildcats, they saw their season come to an end. They lost to Eisenhower. The final there was 2-1. So Ike will take on West Valley Saturday afternoon for the last shot to make the state tournament, whom Wenatchee will face in the first round of the playoffs will be finalized on Sunday. Congratulations to Cascade. The Kodiaks stay alive for a state berth. They just crushed Wauwatosa last night. 6-0 in the other half of the bracket. Keona Benton and Royal had to go to a shootout. Keona Benton won that one, 1-0. So there's 3 games in a row, all in Royal, all with a chance to make state, except for Kashmir and Natchez Valley. Doesn't matter who wins the championship game between those two at 5 o'clock Saturday down at Royal. Both Kashmir and Natchez Valley are guaranteed a shot at state. Riverside will take on Royal, winner to state at 1 o'clock, and Cascade will take on Lakeside at a 9 Mile Falls, again in Royal, Saturday at 3. If the Kodiaks win, they move on to state. Congratulations to Waterville Mansfield. The Lady Shockers on their way to the state volleyball tournament again. They seem to go every year. No problems. They swept Antioch 3-0. Soap Lake didn't sweep, but they did beat Moses Lake Christian 3-2. So Antioch and Soap Lake in Waterville Saturday at 11 a.m. The winner goes on to state, and the loser has their season come to an end. And finally, the Wenatchee Wild. They continue their longest homestand of the season this weekend. They have games tonight and Saturday. Red Deer, the Rebels, in town at 7 o'clock tonight. Portland, Saturday at 6. Tonight's game at the Town Toyota Center is proud to be an American night. Tomorrow, it's Military Appreciation Night. WenatcheeWildHockey.com for tickets and information. Go Wild. And those were just some of the games that people are playing. At 26 minutes after the hour, I want to wish everybody a happy National Dunce Day. Can you believe they actually made kids sit in a corner and wear a dunce cap? They don't do that anymore. Thank you very much. It's National STEM Day, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. It's National Parents as Teachers Day, which is kind of every day. It's National Harvey Wallbanger Day. It's National Cappuccino Day. We're not doing any of those. Today, it is Tongue Twister Day. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. And how much wood could a wood? You know all that stuff. So, because it's International Tongue Twister Day, fun facts about your tongue. The average tongue is about 3 inches long, and the tongue, specifically the taste buds on your tongue, are designed specifically to keep us alive. We like the taste of food because of our taste buds, so we eat food. Ergo, we live. Your tongue print is as unique as your fingerprint, and every language, not just English, but every language has its own tongue twisters. Your tongue is composed of 8 different muscles. The average tongue has between 2,000 to 4,000 taste buds. The tongue, of course, is the only muscle in the entire body that is not attached to a bone. So there you go. Betty Botter had some butter, blah, blah, blah. International Tongue Twister Day is today. It's just about 28 minutes after the hour. This is our last chance to look at presidential elections from the past. You can't have a presidential election any later than November 8th. This is the 160th anniversary of Lincoln getting reelected. Lincoln of the National Union Party defeats the Democratic nominee, the guy he fired, former General George McClellan. Lincoln won overwhelmingly. Of course, the South wasn't voting. Final Electoral College deal was 212 to 21, 55% of the popular vote for Lincoln. For this election only, the Republican Party and war Democrats got together to create the National Union Party, which is why Andrew Johnson, a Democrat, was Republican Lincoln's running mate. It was the one and only time the National Union Party had a presidential victor. November 8th, 1892, it was a rematch of the 1888 presidential election. Former Democratic President Grover Cleveland defeated the incumbent Republican President Benjamin Harrison. Cleveland's victory made him the first person in American history to be elected to non-consecutive presidential terms. Of course, Donald Trump pulled that feat off on Tuesday. The Democrats did not win another presidential election until 1912. In the Electoral College, it was 277 for Cleveland, 145 for Harrison, and some guy named Jim Weaver, who I've never heard of, he got 22 electoral votes. And this was the very first presidential election after Washington State became a state, and Benjamin Harrison won all 4 electoral votes here. November 4th, 1904, 120 years ago, Theodore Roosevelt, the incumbent, defeats Alton B. Parker, the Democratic nominee. Roosevelt's victory made him the first president to ascend to the presidency upon the death of his predecessor, and then he won a full term in his own right. The electoral vote wasn't really close, 336 for Roosevelt, 140 for Parker. Roosevelt won 70% of the vote in this state and carried every county. And he overwhelmingly won Chelan County and Douglas County. Theodore Roosevelt got 72% in Chelan County and 71% of the vote in Douglas County. One of the most significant elections in American history happened on this date 92 years ago today. The incumbent Republican Herbert Hoover crushed by the Democratic governor of New York, Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt, the first Democrat in 80 years to win an outright majority in the popular and electoral votes. It was a whitewash, 472 electoral votes for Roosevelt. Hoover got 59, and I'm amazed even thinking about that. Of course, Roosevelt's election ended the era of Republican dominance in presidential politics. From the beginning of the Civil War in 1860 to the middle of the Great Depression in 1932, pretty much every president was a Republican. That changed. During the campaign, NBC and CBS aired 203 radio programs of paid commercial time that took out 116 hours, most of them by the Republicans. It didn't work. By the way, Roosevelt won every county in this state. He won Chelan County 53% to 40%. He won Douglas County 58% to 35%. The presidential election of 1960, 64 years ago today, the Democratic nominee, Senator John F. Kennedy of Massachusetts, defeats the incumbent vice president, Richard Nixon. This was the first election with all 50 states participating, but not the District of Columbia. Kennedy won 303 of the electoral votes. Nixon got 219. Check this out. Kennedy won the national popular vote by 112,827. That's a margin of 0.17%. In Chelan County and Douglas County, it was Nixon. Chelan County, Nixon won 54% to 45%, much closer in Douglas County. The vote there was 51% to 49% for Nixon. 36 years ago today, November 8, 1888, the Republican nominee, the incumbent vice president, George H.W. Bush, defeats the Democratic nominee, the governor of Massachusetts, Michael Dukakis. The electoral vote, 426 for Bush, 111 for Michael Dukakis. George H.W. Bush, therefore, became the first sitting vice president to be elected president since Martin Van Buren, and that was in 1836. Dukakis carried Washington state. He had 50.05% of the vote, a margin of 1.915%. That makes the closest state in the election was Washington state in 1988. But no problems here locally for Bush. He got 58% of the vote in Chelan County and 58% of the vote in Douglas County. And 8 years ago today, Donald Trump defeats Hillary Clinton in what was considered one of the greatest upsets in American history, the fifth presidential election in which the winning candidate did not win the popular vote. Here locally, it was no problems for Donald J. Trump. He won Chelan County by 55%, and he won Douglas County 62% of the vote in Douglas County for Donald Trump. 8 years ago today, he won the Electoral College 304 to 227. And let's do birthdays, and guess what? No heavenly birthdays today. They're all living people. Gordon Ramsay is 58 years old today. He is the wealthiest chef in the world. When you go on television and act like a jerk, they pay you a lot of money. How come I'm not the highest paid local television personality? Anyway, Gordon Ramsay is worth $220 million. Not bad for a guy who cooks for a living, well, and other things. He is 58 years old today. And the man who's been the anchor of World News Tonight for the last 10 years and has been dominating the ratings. The World News Tonight has been #1 every day for about 5 years now, and it's anchored by that guy, David Muir, who is 51 years old today. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. If you have an older house, you may very well have that problem where one room is really hot and the other room is really cold. Well, if you want to know why, call Alpine Air. They'll come and check it out. And don't forget one more thing. This is when the air gets really dry. The relative humidity gets down to nothing inside your house. You might talk to Alpine Air about how to make the air inside your house a little moister when the dry, cold air comes. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Mike Magnotti has an opinion, and then my good buddy Alan Walker, the executive director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. Empty Bowls is back, the first of multiple Empty Bowl campaigns for you to paint a bowl to raise money for them is coming up 1 week from Sunday. Alan will tell you all about it. And we get to check up with Alan anyway at their new facility on North Wenatchee Avenue. Alan, when we come back, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Mary Maids, let us help.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hey, this is Mad Dog McNally, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, something I ask of my counseling clients is, how many times in the past few months have you lost your temper? Now, regardless of what they answer, I tell them the truth. The truth is that they've never lost their temper. None of us has. Because we don't lose our temper, we give it away. Now, no one makes me mad or makes me do anything unless I give up personal responsibility and let them control me. Saying I lost my temper is the same thing as saying that somebody else did something bad enough for me to act like a jerk, but it's their fault. And the scientific, clinical term for that kind of thinking is BS. This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and that's my opinion.
Welcome to Boswell's, where you'll find quality furnishings for every room in your home. Customers ask, do you have solid wood options? Yes, they do. Bamboo, maple, acacia, cherry, mahogany. With 2 floors of quality furniture and complimentary design services, Boswell's design team can create a home that's uniquely yours. For almost a century, people have chosen Boswell's for their quality and customer service. Boswell's Furniture, it's closer than you think.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
So what am I looking at here?
That is what great power looks like.
Tell me more.
It's called hydropower. Hydropower uses water and gravity to generate electricity. Since the fuel for hydropower is water, it has zero emissions and it's renewable. It also works when it's not sunny or windy. And it's the cheapest power we can make.
So it's clean, renewable, reliable, and affordable? And hydropower is all four?
Only hydropower is all four. And you can learn more about it at the Chelan PUD Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam.
You come alive in the dead of winter and start work early on snow days, because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to move, plow, blow, and thrive in the winter. So when the snow falls, you can rise to meet it. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $1,100.
Downtown Wenatchee, something for everyone. Find custom floral designs for any occasion at Mountain Chick Floral. Even more wonderful plants and gifts abound in every corner in their new location at 7A South Wenatchee Avenue.
The original children's shop in downtown Wenatchee. We carry the latest in quality children's wear. Come visit us for mommy and me styles and great books and toys for all ages. I look forward to meeting you soon at the original children's shop.
Downtown Wenatchee, it's all here.
Welcome back to the program. Whenever Alan Walker reaches out to me, the executive director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, I just say where and when. And he said Tuesday, 10:30 at the food pantry here on North Wenatchee Avenue. Well, it's Tuesday, it's 10:30, and here I am. Alan, my friend, how are you?
Very good. You're looking well.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Given.
Wow.
I mean, I'm on
It
television.
is a given.
Yeah,
Yes.
They don't let ugly people on TV. That includes you're a very attractive man.
A couple exceptions here and there.
Ben, I have not been here since we toured this facility, the old nursery by JetPro. I want to say late
March.
Late March.
Late March, probably.
You were still dotting your T's and crossing your I's, so to speak.
Yes.
This has been a remarkable regeneration. This is incredible what you guys have done here. We're in the pantry, right?
We're in the pantry. Yeah, we named it the Community Market. It operates like a grocery store for individuals, with the exception of you're not having to pay for the goods that you select. But people come in, they get a shopping cart, they go through, select the items that they like, they go through a checkout stand just so for our inventory control, and then they head out on their way. So it really works out well for folks.
For the uninitiated, I know, Alan knows, but you might not. Where does the food come from?
So we get a variety of sources for food, including local donations. Folks are involved locally to contribute food, and then we also receive food from an organization out of Spokane called Second Harvest, and out of the Seattle Renton area called Northwest Harvest. And they're doing bulk purchases across the country from local grocery stores and things like that. And then they procure those foods and deliver them over to us.
And it's a good variety of food. You got fresh food, you got dairy products, you get canned foods, you got all the basics that any one person would need.
All the basics. We have a bin of potatoes here, apples. We also this summer we're working with local farmers, and we had some funding and purchased over $40,000 worth of produce from local farmers here in the Wenatchee Valley.
Well, good for the local farmers.
Yes,
yes. To be honest with you, I'm not surprised. That's how they are.
Yeah,
That's how they
it's
are.
a great program. They really enjoyed working with us, and it kind of helped them. A lot of them are down at the farmers market, but they had more food than they could get through the market, and so we picked that food up and got it into the pantry.
And this is just a small little footprint of what this facility has here, the old, sorry, the name of the nursery.
C&O.
The old C&O nursery. You have the big Sub-Zero freezer that we saw a few months back, so you can stock tons of frozen food in there. They will last forever.
Yes.
It's quite the operation.
And lots of cold storage as well. And it's really great. We're kind of becoming a little bit of a hub for storage. We're working with our partners up in Okanagan County, and deliveries are coming to us. We hold them for a day or two while they get down here and pick it up and take it up to Okanagan County. So we're enjoying that part of it as well.
And even though this is a very sizable facility, you knew going in when this whole deal was struck and the governmental money came through Congresswoman Schreier's office, you knew that eventually you were going to be using pretty much every square foot of this facility.
And we are. We do have 1 or 2 spaces that we're going to lease out, but yes, and it's amazing. We have the plans for the office area, and it filled up quickly.
It did, didn't it?
It did, yes. But we're excited to get started on that part of it too.
Coming up in just a very short period of time, the main reason we're here, it is back. It's the annual Empty Bowls event, if you will, for this year. Empty Bowls 101, as presented by Alan Walker.
Wow, thank you. So Empty Bowls is simply an opportunity for people to gather. You purchase a bowl for $15. It's a plain ceramic bowl. We provide you with all the paints. You paint the bowl however you would like for your personal bowl to be painted. We collect it after you paint it, we glaze it, and then we kiln fire it, and we present it back to you in the springtime as a usable bowl for your kitchen counter.
And it's called Empty Bowls. It's a metaphor to remind people that too many people have empty bowls.
Too many people have an empty bowl. You're absolutely right. And so it is an educational and a metaphor that, you know, here we have our bowl and we're going to take it home and fill it. In the springtime, we'll have a soup dinner for individuals to collect their bowl. But it is that reminder that not everybody's bowl is full, and this is a way for everybody to be involved in supporting their neighbors.
And a lot of people get really artistic. It's remarkable what people can do with just a bowl and a paintbrush.
It is incredible. We have one individual that shows up every year, and usually he purchases 2 or 3 bowls, and he is painting all the presidents in the bowl. And his artistic talent supersedes mine by, we'll say, just a little bit.
How do people get involved? Where it's at? All that. Give me the
lowdown on it. So the first painting is coming up this month on Sundays, November 17th. We'll be down at Pybus Market, Pybus Public Market down there, the local Tell Event Center, and people can show up from 1 to 7 and pick up a bowl, get their paints, paint their bowl. And then we also have the next one will be December 7th, which is on a Saturday, the first Saturday in December, and we'll be down at Firehouse Pets down on Wenatchee Avenue. So if you want to paint a bowl for your furry friend, you can do that. Or if you want to paint a bowl for yourself and your furry friend, you can do too. So we'll be there, I think it's from noon to 3 p.m. on December 7th down at Firehouse Pets. And then 2 more times back at Pybus Market on January 24th. I got to double check my dates here. Be sure I get them right. January 17th and February 21st. So we'll be down at Pybus Market. Those are both Friday evenings. On the January 17th, 3 to 7 p.m., and again on February 21st from 3 to 7.
Is there more days for this than there was before? I mean, Firehouse, they're involved for the first time, and good for them. But is this because you just decided to make it so people can participate in it?
Yes, trying to create more opportunities. Typically, we have done 2 dates for painting, and this year we have 4 different dates. So we hope to encourage people to come out and participate.
What if you don't want to paint a bowl, but you want to participate? Say, I'll just give you money, or I'm just going to donate money, and anybody can paint a bowl and do whatever they want to with it. Is that cool too?
Absolutely, yeah. Just make the check out to Al. No, don't make the check out to Al. Just make if you want to just contribute money, you can send a check into Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. You can check out our website, cdcac.org, for further information on that. And yes, we certainly do accept cash donations as well.
Whose idea was this all these years ago?
The Empty Bowls, it's a national movement. Okay. So I don't know who originally started it. Leavenworth has been doing it longer than we have. There's an Empty Bowls event up in Leavenworth. This is our 12th or 14th year, something like that. And but yes, it's actually a nationwide event.
When you took over this organization a number of years ago, the old storage facility out there by Denny's and all the, did you have any idea this is where you would be in the autumn of 2024, that this would be in this facility with your professional staff and what's happened to the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council in a very short period of time?
Yeah, it'll be 7 years in January when I joined the organization, and had no idea. When I joined, we didn't even have delivery vehicles. So we, individuals that worked for us had to provide their own pickup or truck to deliver the food to the pantries throughout the 2 counties. And now we have our own fleet of vehicles. We have this incredible space. We've opened up another pantry for our region. We have storage to meet the needs of our region and beyond. And no, this is, had no idea I would be standing here today 7 years ago.
And the new location that we're in is a godsend. It's
Yes.
a perfect location.
It's a great location. We're right on Wenatchee Avenue. There's bus stops right out in front of our office here, both north and south, for people to access the facility. There's plenty of parking. It's
Loading
welcoming.
docks.
We're loading docks. We've never had a loading dock before. We get, several semi-loads of food a month, and just being able to back up to the loading dock and take the forklift and drive onto the truck and unload it. And then with our cooler and freezer units.
State of the art, because the old ones were breaking down.
The old ones were breaking. We had to pack everything in by hand. The new ones, we take the pallet of food with the forklift and park it inside. From a safety standpoint, from an efficiency standpoint, just incredible difference.
Which all begs the question, and I hate to ask Alan this question, but I'd be remiss if I didn't. How's business?
Business is steady and busy. We are seeing a steady incline in people coming through the market. We opened in August, so we haven't been open very long here. We're open essentially 3 days a week, and the numbers every day are just more and more. And the need out there certainly is increasing, and we're seeing it not just here locally, but across the state. We had a report out a week or so ago, and the numbers across the state are just up incredibly. 150 to 175% of compared to just 3 or 4 months ago, with the number of people seeking out food assistance, and then also utility assistance, another big program that we operate, and of course housing needs are never ending.
Yeah, I see your rigs driving all over town, doing the winterization and all that stuff. For the folks who have older houses that are not energy efficient.
Not energy efficient, and we're going in there and we're improving that for them, reducing their costs, improving their health, replacing old carpet if it's worn out, putting in insulation, replacing windows, doors, air sealing, ventilation, HVAC, whatever we can do to improve the health of that house, and then the health of the people living there.
The food pantry specifically, again, where we're standing in here, as the seasonal workers, as their jobs dry up, but they still want to stay in North Central Washington because this is home, this is their roots, the kids go to school here. You're expecting probably an uptick in business as the winter months come?
As the winter months come, yes. We typically see an increase, and a variety of reasons. It's the holidays. Everybody likes to celebrate the holidays a little bit, and sometimes people need a little extra help with food. Maybe they have additional family or friends around, and they just need a little extra help. And so that's what we're here for.
Best Christmas gift you can give anybody is a little dignity.
Absolutely.
And you can do it by helping Alan out with the Empty Bowls campaign. All that information, by the way, is on the Chelan-Douglas Community of the Action Council website.
Yes.
Your offices are still on Lewis Street. Everything is here. Most of your workers are here. You're still stuck on Lewis Street until two things happen. Number one, you can get your remodel job done at the offices here. And then you can sell the old place. Where's the timeline on that, Alan? We'll close with that.
We'll close with that, sure. I tell people spring, and I don't put a year on it. No, we really hope to be in by summertime next year, 2025. We hope to be settled in come summer, and that's our objective. That's our goal.
Empty Bowls, be a part of it, folks. Write them a check, or if you're artistic, you can do it. I've seen you've painted the bowls.
I have painted a bowl. My wife puts them out in the closet in a drawer. But yes, I do paint a bowl.
Yeah, they're not.
Yes.
They're not the best.
No.
But that's not the point.
It's not the point.
Alan Walker, the Executive Director of the Chelan-Douglas Community of the Action Council. Thanks for spending some time with me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here today.
Always good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, good to see you.
Watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant that they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family.
The Triple Topper's back!
This November, what makes Abby's Triple Topper so great? It's the pepperoni, Canadian bacon, and ground beef toppings piled to the edge. It's a whole lot of pizza at a very special price. Order your Triple Topper at abbys.com.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Whether you're building from the ground up or transforming your space with a custom remodel, One Way Construction is your trusted partner in creating a home that's uniquely yours. Your dream home is just a call away. Schedule your free consultation and let's build something amazing together.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
Before we wrap it up with the weather forecast, quick little shop talk. Of course, Monday is Veterans Day. It is a federal holiday, so if you know all the rules by now, government offices will be closed. We'll have the parade not far from our very studios. That'll be going on as well on Monday, but we will be here Monday morning. We're going to do a show, and in honor of veterans, normally on Mondays, of course, Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley is, I just phone it in, but not on Monday. On Monday the 11th, I'm going to actually see if I can put together a 5-star Monday show, which is pretty rare. And we got a great bunch of shows coming up for you next. Well, we're going to have 4 really good shows and 1 kind of mediocre show. That's my guess anyway. Katie Grove will be dropping by next week from the America Performing Arts Center. Festival of Trees is right around the corner. We'll talk to some of the cast members of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Wenatchee School District's all-district musical. They got like 150 kids in the cast, and we're going to interview all 150 of them. Austin Andrade will be dropping by to talk about wild hockey. On Monday's show, we'll have all the high school playoff results, highlights as well. So busy week next week as we get closer and closer to Thanksgiving. I took a look at the forecast for the mountain passes while we were doing the interview with Alan Walker, and I got to tell you, things are looking pretty good really right now for the mountain passes. They've changed the forecast. They were thinking they were going to get a lot of snow on Stevens and some of the other passes. Now they're saying really not so much. More of a rain-snow mix. Not only is this system, the first wave, which is supposed to be coming in today, it's not going to come in until tomorrow, and it's really not packing much of a punch. And the second wave is also weakened quite a bit. So if you're heading into the mountain passes real quickly, here's what you're looking for into the weekend, into the early part of next week. Really not much. It's not looking too bad at all. It's going to be more of a rain-snow mix more than anything else. Snow level is going to be above 5,000 feet through most of the forecast period. Best chance of some significant snow in Stevens really isn't until Wednesday of next week. So yeah, not nearly as much snow as they were originally predicting from the National Weather Service. Looks like you're good to go if you're heading over Stevens Pass. And there's no snow at all in the forecast, by the way, for Blewett or I-90. Closer to home, another day of sunshine. We'll take it. We'll get up to about 48, which is exactly normal for this time of the year. Tonight, the clouds will be rolling in, and they're going to be hanging around for the next 5 days or so, with a couple of light exceptions. 36 for the overnight low tonight. Saturday, lots of clouds, but really not too much rain. Only about a 30% chance of rain. It's warmer air. That's why we're going to pop up to 52 for the high on Saturday. Saturday night, overnight low 37. That's pretty mild. Still a lingering chance of rain on Saturday night. Sunday was supposed to be wet. Now we're looking at partly sunny skies and a high of 51. Sunday night, though, the chance of rain does go up to 50%. Under cloudy skies, we'll dip down to 40. We start out the next week on Veterans Day. There's still a 50% chance of rain, but it's better than it was yesterday when they said it was definitely going to rain on Veterans Day. Maybe we'll miss it. Lots of clouds on Monday with a high of 54. That's pretty mild. A 50% chance of rain on Monday night, a 40% chance of rain on Tuesday, 50% chance of rain Tuesday night, 50% chance of rain on Wednesday, 50% on Wednesday night, 50%. I'm detecting a pattern. Have a good and safe weekend. Join us Monday morning. Till then, bye-bye.